but we do have the esteemed privilege of being joined by the voice of the Texas Rangers, Eric Nadel, the man who had the opportunity to share that moment with all of you Rangers fans back at home. You had to wait a long time for that moment, but it is finally here. How did it feel for you to be the one to share that news with Rangers fans?
It was, my heart was just so full of joy to be able to say those words, the Rangers have won the World Series. Just overwhelming, and it still is, you know, as I hear the call, which seems to be everywhere, over and over again. I'm just so grateful, you know, I feel so blessed to have been the one to get to do that.
You said it, you're not dreaming. This is real life. You are not dreaming. The Rangers actually are World Series champions. Why was that such an important piece of what you wanted to share?
Well, I felt all day, once the Rangers won Game 3, I didn't sleep very well that night in excitement over the prospect of the Rangers clinching the World Series the next day, but I was so sure they would win with 3 opportunities to do that, that I really did feel the whole day on Wednesday leading up to Game 5 that I was living in a dream. And so I thought it was important to let the fans know that, you know, they weren't dreaming, that this was for real. You know how sometimes you have a dream and you know inside the dream, oh, this is just a dream? I wanted them to know this was not a dream.
So how did the process work for you? Did you script the call in advance, or were there just portions of it? How did that all work?
Well, I knew at some point I would say the Rangers have won the World Series or something like that. And then at some point I would say you're not dreaming. I didn't really know when. And I wanted to mention how long the Rangers had been here. I wanted to acknowledge that it had been 52 years and that there had been another 11 years of the Senators. I wanted to make sure that got in there. So it wasn't scripted in the order I would say those things, but I kind of knew those were the elements of the call. And of course, you have to call the actual play. Yeah. As it turned out in a 5-0 game where the last call was a called strike, it made the whole thing a lot easier to come out smoothly, where you didn't have to describe, a ball being hit and a ball being caught and a ball being thrown or a runner being out. The best possible way to end it is on a strikeout like that. Just like when the Rangers won their first pennant and A-Rod struck out against Neftali Feliz, it was the same sort of thing.
It was quite a year for you. You took some time away from the team at the front half of the year. How rewarding is this for you personally to have this be the way that the 2023 season wraps up?
It's incredibly gratifying, and I'm so grateful to the Rangers for being patient with me and being supportive, as I was slowly working my way back. And for it to end like this, it's like a Hollywood ending. If you wrote a screenplay, people wouldn't even believe it. It's too good to be true. I just feel so blessed and so fortunate.
You joked earlier that you were worried your legacy would be the guy who always was the bearer of bad news. Not anymore. Your legacy is the man who called the very first World Series championship for the Texas Rangers. Eric Nadel, thank you so much.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.